functions and in conditions and loops as we've seen in many other programming languages, but also object-oriented programming, the ability to represent objects and methods and functions that operate on those particular objects, which prove especially powerful in the context of dealing with data inside of our web applications. Django was the example of a web framework written in Python that we use to very quickly be able to start up a web application that's able to listen for requests and make responses. Django has a whole lot of features built in. It really make it easy to get started with building a web application. And in particular, it makes it easy for writing web applications that deal with data. So Django allows us the ability to build models that interact with SQL without us having to actually write any SQL code. Django can generate the SQL for us just using these models. And migrations then allow us to continually apply changes that we make to our database. So as we add new tables, add and modify existing fields on those tables, Django can take care of all of that. After that, as you'll recall, we took our attention towards the second of the main programming languages in the course, JavaScript, which has a lot of uses and is very, very popular, but we primarily use it on the client side to be able to build interesting user interfaces, using JavaScript to manipulate the DOM, the structure of the page, to change what it is the user sees, and also to add event handling, so that when the user clicks on a button, when the user hovers over something, when the user interacts with the page in some sort of way, our code is able to respond to it. And we saw React, a web framework, or client-side framework, that uses JavaScript in order to allow us to create really interesting and interactive user interfaces with not all that much code at all. And then finally, in these last couple of lectures, we've been looking at some best practices, how we can design tests to test the server, but also the client, to make sure that our code is working appropriately, and also some industry practices